What's going on, everybody? David Ellefson from Megadeth here in Oslo, Norway, which ironically is my heritage of it's my fatherland. Ellefson is a Norwegian name. Actually, my whole family is primarily Scandinavian. A little bit of English and German in there. But Ellefson, which actually means son of Elev, was actually spelled E-L-E-V-S-E-N. So son of Elev. Years ago, the way they used to do the names over here in Scandinavia was if a father's name was Elev, then his son assumed the name Ellefson. So for me, my father's name was Gordon. I would be David Gordonson. And then my son would be Roman Davidson, and on it goes. And eventually, at some point, they stopped that because they realized they're not going to be able to keep track of anybody. And the same way with the daughters, too. It would be, you know, Athena, David's daughter. So at some point, they stopped that. But I've had a family traced back here to the late 1600s, actually. The origins of the Ellefson family. And then they moved over to North America, to the tiny little town that I grew up in of Jackson, Minnesota. They moved over there in the late 1800s, I believe it was. And small little, you know, mostly primarily Germans and Scandinavians around there. So now it's Ellefsons, Petersons, Johnsons, and all that kind of stuff. Because eventually they stopped, you know, assuming the father's name. So, but it's a wonderful, wonderful place here. Chris and I were walking around a little earlier over there. There's a nice harbor, which kind of reminds me of like Marina del Rey in Los Angeles or something like that. And behind me here is actually the Parliament building. And it's funny, this is kind of like in North America, in Washington, D.C., we've got what we call the Mall in Washington, D.C., where, you know, we've got at one end is the Capitol building, and then on the other hand, on this other side is the Lincoln Memorial. All the way down there is actually the palace, the Royal Palace. You can see that way down there. So, but just a cool hang, a lot of shops, some restaurants. I'm actually just up here looking out over the edge of my hotel room, which is awesome to be able to see all this up here. So we're here actually in Oslo just on a day off. We actually play Norway Rocks tomorrow. Norway Rock, maybe. Been here many times. Wonderful here, though. Expensive. There's a TGI Fridays down here, which is funny because in America that'd be like probably like a $10 cheeseburger. Here it's like $30 for a cheeseburger. I kid you not. So save your money if you're going to come over here, because it's an expensive place to be. As we were told, actually Helsinki, where we just were, is the most expensive place, and then Oslo is second. So anyway, we're just living the dream here. It's nice, as you can see. It's beautiful. It's warm out. So welcome to Norway.